Hello, good day everyone. My name is Arwin D. Ragrag and my topic is focused on Journey Towards Basic Education Curricular Reforms 1946 to 2011. So here are the chronology of the basic education curricular reforms from 1946 to 2013. So in the 1946 to 2056, the General Education Curriculum. 1957 to 1972, the 2-2 plan, college prep curriculum, vocational curriculum. 1957 to 1982, the revised elementary education curriculum. 1973 to 1988, the revised secondary education program, electives offered, and 2002 to 2011, the basic education curriculum, and the 2002 to 2011, the 2012 Republic Act 10157, Kindergarten Education Act, and 2012 to 2013, the rule out implementation of grade 1 and grade 7 of the K-12 curriculum. So 1946 to 1956. The 1935 Constitution provided certain education objectives such as the development of moral character, personal discipline, civic conscience, vocational efficiency, and citizenship training. So the Commonwealth no effort was made to give importance to the native dialects, for it was believed that English should be the basic official language. With full autonomy given to the Commonwealth government, there was a need to make Filipino pupils and students aware of learning a Commonwealth native language. So another development was the shortening of the elementary curriculum from 7 to 6 years in order to admit more children of school age. The Educational Act of 1940, called the Educational Magna Carta of the Philippines, provided for the system of the public elementary education and its matter of financing. The latter remained under the support of the city government or the Philippine education system 1901 to 1976. 1946 to 1956, the legislation affecting basic education were passed, including the following. First, the Commonwealth Act number 586, approved on August 7, 1940, an act provided for the revision of the system of public and private elementary in the Philippines, including financing thereof. Second, Commonwealth Act number 589, approved on August 1940, an act establishing school ritual in all public and private elementary and public secondary schools. And third is the Republic Act number 896, approved on June 12, 1953, an act to declare the policy on elementary education in the Philippines. The fundamental objectives of education were as follows. First, to inculcate moral and spiritual values inspired by an abiding faith in God. Second, to develop an enlightened, patriotic, useful, and upright citizenry in a democratic society. Third, to instill habits of industry and thrift, and to prepare individuals to contribute to the economic development and wise conservation of the nation natural resources. And fourth, to maintain family solidarity, to improve community life, to perpetuate all that desirable in our national heritage, and to serve the cause of world peace. And fifth is to promote the sciences, arts, and letters for enrichment of life and recognition of the dignity of the human person. The fundamental objectives of education were as So the objectives of elementary education. The elementary school should offer adequate education for our children to prepare them a democratic citizenship. It should give instruction in um, um, basic knowledge, develop basic skills and attitudes, and inculcate ideals necessary for the promotion of the national solidarity and for the development of enlightened, patriotic, useful, and upright citizenry in a democracy. Giving emphasis to their culture, desirable traditions, and virtues of our people, it should prepare the child for effective participation in his community and for a better understanding of an expanding society. Objectives of secondary education. The secondary school shall continue the unifying functions of elementary education by providing general educational and shall seek to discover the varying abilities, interests, and aptitudes of the youth and offer courses in the different fields of productive endeavor according to the talents of the youth and in the light of the community needs. It shall also initiate a program designed to develop community leadership. Taking into consideration the economic needs of the country, the school must cultivate vocational efficiency, which will help the students become effective members of their family and the community. For those who will continue in the colleges and universities, the secondary school must offer courses to prepare the students for an effective study in the institutions of the higher learning. 1957 to 1982, the elementary education. The revised elementary education curriculum was gradually affected beginning the school year 1957 to 1958. So here are the minimum time allotment for the elementary school curriculum. The subject area: first, social studies; second, work education; third, health and science; fourth, language arts; fifth, arithmetic; and sixth, arts and physical education. So the total number of grade 1 to grade 2 is 310. The total minutes a day from grade 3 to grade 4 is 340. And grade 5 and grade 6 is total minutes a day is 400. 1957 to 1982. In the revised elementary education curriculum, the vernacular was the auxiliary medium of instruction in grade 1 and grade 2. Filipino and English were offered as subjects. The Continuous Progression Scheme, or CPS, was implemented in the elementary during school year 1970 to 1971. But due to some misconception, it was literally construed as mass promotion, hence many non-readers were promoted to the next grade level. The 1957 to 1972, the secondary education, one feature of the 1957 to 1972 reform was the offering of character education and good manners and right conduct as a separate subject in the elementary and secondary curricula in all public and private schools, effective at the beginning of the second semester of school year 1958 to 1959 as follows. First, the elementary level. Good manners and right conduct every day in the most suitable language in all grade levels during the opening exercises. Second, character education and right conduct shall be given in English for a period of 40 minutes once a week, according to the Department Order Number 5 Series of 1958 dated August 1, 1958. 1957 to 1972, the 2-2 plan curriculum was considered by Swanson-Sorvey team. In theory and philosophy as an advanced step in the improvement of high school curriculum, but the problems in the implementation due to lack of funds, equipment, vocational teachers, and guidance counselors were not resolved. 1973 to 1988, the secondary education. The revised secondary education program, or RSEP, replaced the 2-2 plan in 1973 among The objectives of the curriculum was to acquire the basic occupation skills, acknowledge and information essential for gainful employment and for making intelligent choice of occupation or career. The RSEP implemented starting school year 1973 to 1974, introduced by the R programming instead of 40 minutes per learning area. The bilingual education policy was likewise issued as Department Order Number 25 Series 1974. The revised teacher education curriculum embodied in Department Order Number 8 Series 1970 based on the following principles: reorientation of teacher education to the Philippines needs, conditions, and aspirations, coordination and freedom as necessary safeguard against proliferation both in content and procedure, institutional cooperation and sharing through participation of teacher education institutions in a system of educational consortium, quality control through an adequate system of control with respect to standards of instruction and instructional facilities, recruitment by encouraging young people from all walks of life to enroll in teaching profession, selective admission and retention by admitting to the teacher education institution students who belong to the upper 50% of the graduating class of secondary schools, teacher preparation at all levels and in all areas, and observance of professional ethics and morality. 1989 to 2001, the new secondary education curriculum. The conceptualization of the graduates of the new elementary school curriculum or NSEC implemented starting 1982-1983 in grade 1. The first full beneficiaries of the NSAC were graduated in March 1989, and they also became the first beneficiaries of the NSC under the development of the Secondary Education Development Program or SEDP. The NSEC was implemented in all secondary schools in the Philippines starting with first year school year 1989 to 1990. However, the curriculum underwent a macro tryout from 1985 to 1989. During that 4-year period, each curricular year level was tried out using a pretest, post-test, 2 groups design. Subsequently, from school year 1989 to 1990 to school year 1992 to 1993. Additional evaluation was carried out. The NSEC was implemented in the succeeding year levels, 1 year level at a time, 1 year level in at a time. In school year 1992 to 1993, all 4 years levels of the high school curriculum were evaluated through achievement test. In February 1994, further testing was done to assess student achievement after the full implementation of the NSEC. Next is assessment of student achievement under the NSAC has been a major dimension of the evaluation of SEDP according to Liga Elagas 1994. Objectives of the new secondary education curriculum. First, develop an enlightened commitment to the national ideas by cherishing, preserving and developing moral, spiritual, and socio-cultural values as well as other desirable aspects of the Filipino heritage. Second, obtain knowledge and form desirable attitudes for understanding the nature and purpose of man and therefore of one's own people and other races, places, and times, thereby promoting a sense of self, of family, and of the national and international situations. Third, develop skills in higher intellectual operation and more complex comprehension and expressions, activities, and in thinking intelligently, critically, and creativity in life situations. 4. Acquire work skills, knowledge, and information, and work ethic essential for making an intelligent choice of the occupation for career and for specialized training in a specific occupation. 5. The broaden and heighten one's abilities in and appreciation for the arts and science and technology as a means for maximizing one's potential for self-fulfillment and for promoting the welfare of others. So here are the 1989 to 2001, the level of yearly implementation. In 1989 to 1990, the first year, and 1990 to 1991, second year, and next is 1991-1992, the third year, 1992 to 1993, fourth year, 1993 to 1994, project completion report, and 1994 to 1995, the project impact report. So in 1989 to 2001, for the first time, values education was offered as a separate subject in a high school. Hence, the trainers and mass training of teacher included values information. A values education framework was put in place by the Department of Education, Culture, Sports, or DECS, or DECS. The teacher education institutions were encouraged to offer values education as a specialization in BSc. 1989 to 2001, elementary education. The need reforms in the elementary education became imperative when the results of outcome in elementary education came out. A significant finding clearly showed that the grader across the nation has mastered only 50% of what he was expected to learn, and that the learned subject were the 3 R's. So 1983 to 2001, the elementary education experimental elementary education program program or EEEP to implement the maintain the recommendation of SUTEL or SOUTELE. The EEP was launched by the Bureau of Elementary Education Program 1978. It was conducted for 2 years on an experimental basis. The result of the EEP pointed to the validity of the experimental curriculum in developing the communication skill of children in view of the reduction of the number of subjects and the increased time for instruction. 1983 again to 2001, the Program for Comprehensive Elementary Education or PROCEED, the impact of the aforementioned researches paved the way for the development of the theme year 1980 to 1990 or PROCEED. The Program for Decentralized Education Development or PRODED to serve as a launching pad for the major reforms vision in PRODED actually covers the first 4 years of the 10-year development program. MAC Order Number 6 Series 1982, issued on January 29, 1982, set the implementation of the NESC effective school year 1983 to 1984 following this timetable. Grade 1, 1983, Grade 2, 1984, Grade 3, 1985, Grade 4, 1986, Grade 5, 1987, Grade 6 is 1988. So next is the time allotment for the new secondary education curriculum or NESC. So the subject areas is the character building activities, Filipino, English, Mathematics, Civica at Kultura, Geography, Kasaysayan, Civica, Science and Health, mga sining at edukasyon, pagpapalakas, edukasyon pantahanan pangkabuhayan, and the total minutes daily. To 2011, with the coming of a new leadership in 2001 in NSEC and NESC were replaced by the 2002 basic education curriculum. The curriculum aimed the empowering the Filipino learners to be capable of self-development throughout one's life and to be patriotic, benevolent, ecologically aware, and godly. The curriculum promotes mutual interaction between students and teachers, between students and multimedia sources, and between teachers of different disciplines. So next is the 2010 secondary education curriculum. The refinement of the curriculum followed the understanding by the design or UBD framework, which covers three stages. First, stage 1, result or desired outcome. Stage 2, assessment. Stage 3, learning or instructional plan. Republic Act 10157 entitled An Act Institutionalizing the Kindergarten Education into the Basic Education System and appropriating funds, therefore, was approved on January 20, 2012. The declaration states that kindergarten is mandatory and compulsory for entrance to grade 1. 2012 to 2013, the rollout implementation of the K-12 basic education, the curriculum for grade 1 and grade 7 shall start during school year 2012 to 2013. Preparation of instructional materials and teaching guides for the training of trainers and regional training of grade 1 and grade 7. Teachers are ongoing. So next is 2012 to 2013. It could be noted the 2012 year basic education cycle first in the 10-point agenda of President Benigno Aquino. First, expansion to 12 years basic education cycle. Second, universal preschool. Third, madrasa education. Fourth, technical vocational education in senior high schools. Fifth, every child a reader by grade 1. 6. Proficiency in math and science. 7. Assistance to private schools. 8. Multilingual education. 9. Quality textbooks. And the last 10. Covenant with LGU to build more schools. And that's all my topic. And that's the end of my report. Thank you.